Welcome to Megapath Presents. I'm Ronnie Hayes, and today let's talk about The Walking Dead Season 7. We got a couple of interesting topics. I gotta talk about this real quick because I am getting flooded with comments about the bloody bat. Now, this is something I thought we discussed in the prediction video. Apparently, we didn't, but I don't want to sound like a know-it-all asshole. It's just I'm right in the middle of my afterthoughts video, and I'm kind of stretched for time, so I have to be very blunt and quick to the point in this video. So forgive me, I don't want to sound like a know-it-all jackass, you know? With that said, let's get right into it. The bloody bat, nobody dies. It's Walker blood. We know that because we see Negan out front of the gates at Alexandria in the trailer, hitting a walker in the face. We also saw a promo image that put him in that area. And in the comic, we know that he and other saviors clear out the perimeter of Alexandria. So that's it. Don't fall for the clickbait. It's not a person. It is Walker blood and gore. That is it. It doesn't even fit the story for anyone to die in that manner at this point in time. Moving over to Dwight. A lot of fans are saying that they cut out a big chase scene from the previous episode. I personally don't think that's the case. It just doesn't make any sense. Now, it doesn't make any sense that they would cut him crashing either, but I do believe him crashing and the big chase scene we saw in the trailer, it's two different scenes for two different episodes. For whatever reason, they did in fact cut out him crashing the bike. It was not Walker's falling on the bike. That's just impossible. It's likely we might see him crash through somebody else's eyes if Jesus was watching him and Jesus was out on a run, similar to the comic book. We could see Dwight crash through Jesus's perspective, through Jesus's eyes, as they're telling his part of the story. With that said, I do believe we're still gonna get the other chase scene where we see multiple saviors, two bikes, a truck. They're chasing a car down. Dwight is there with a chick savior, and he's shooting at somebody. I still believe we're gonna get that scene. Now, yesterday we talked about Simon and the saviors attacking the hilltop. What I left out that's very interesting detail, Simon and the saviors are all dressed in the same clothes they were dressed in at the end of Season 6 and the beginning of Season 7, which leads us to some interesting speculation. This either happens right after the lineup that day, or this is telling the backstory of how they knew to set up roadblocks at that point in time. It might tell how they knew the survivors would be on the road so they can drag that guy out. They might not be attacking the hilltop. They could be attacking the library. There's something very interesting here, and I can't wait to see how it plays out, but the clothes are a telltale sign that it's either taken place before the lineup or right after the lineup, but I doubt they would look identical in the same clothing. But then again, as I say that, Daryl has been in the same clothing for 7 years now, so who knows. Moving over to Ben and Morgan, I want to point this out because I think this is so damn hype in my opinion. I love the character development now, or I'm falling in love with it a lot more now with Morgan. Every single time I talk about it, I fall in love with it a little bit more. Now, in my afterthoughts video for episode 2, I talked to you guys about how in season 6, the gun and the stick was symbolism for Morgan. The gun was death, the stick was life. That's why Morgan had to shoot the savior, because the stick could not save Carol and give the savior a second chance, so he needed to use the gun, which equals death. Now we know that Morgan is training Ben, and when I went back to rewatch the trailer, there is a scene I thought was cut from episode 2, but it appears that this is coming up in a future episode where Ben gets trapped in the car, Morgan and Ezekiel are carrying a ladder. I'm excited to find out what that's finally about, but Ben actually pulls out a gun, right? But he's holding a staff. Remember the symbolism. Gun is death, staff is life and a second chance, and Morgan's not pushing his philosophy on Ben. He's giving him the opportunity to make up his own mind whether or not he wants to use the gun or the staff, and I think this is very interesting. I just had to point that out. If you didn't watch the Afterthoughts video, check it out. I'm getting a ton of positive feedback, so you might actually be interested in that. Now, real quick, a bonus thing I want to throw in here. A lot of fans are asking me about the damn title. In The Walking Dead, if you don't know, the title actually erodes away. It decays with each season. Now, if you actually look at the title, it's interesting because it doesn't decay at all in season 1 and season 2. It actually changes a different color. That's it, like a different shade, and that's it. And then from season 3 to season 7, it does decay, but it's not consistent. Like if in season 4 they have parts of a certain letter fallen apart in Season 5, the parts that were missing in Season 4 are complete and fine again, and it's a different part of the letter that's fallen apart. So what they do is they just move it around so they can really play with that style, so that way we can be in Season 20 and the Walking Dead logo would be fine. With that said, I do think there's a chance they could come back with, and comic book fans only would pretty much know this, but with a storyline called The New Beginning, chances are we might get a new type of logo. It happened in the comic book, and I'm very excited to see something similar to that happen in a TV show. With the comic book, it was a big deal, especially for me, because I thought the cover, the new title, everything represented the new story and the freshness we are entering in with this new beginning and this new story and this new world within The Walking Dead. I thought it was a nice, good restart on everything that was awesome and fresh again. I'm going to get my ass back to work on the Afterthoughts video, and I got a couple map mail videos that have been lingering in my editor. I got to get them done and get them up. But I'm hoping to have the Afterthoughts video to you guys by Friday or Saturday at the latest. Huge thank you, guys. We are like 100 subscribers away from 99,000 subs and so close to 100K. This road to 100K has been exhilarating. Huge thank you to you guys. This is awesome. Thoughts and opinions in the comment box. I'm done talking. It's your turn.
Subscribe now.